Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Dave in the Man Cave. Now today I'm in the Man Cave and I'm just going to do a small little test. Now what it is, it's a battery test on my Suzuki GSX 1250 with a multimeter, and I'm just going to show you how to test your battery when the engine's turn off and also when the engine's running. Right guys, after the invert, let's go for it. Thank you. Hi guys, now here we are in the Man Cave, and as I said to you there at the start of the video, I'm here today to do a battery test on the motorcycle. Now why leave it to the winter time, or why not just do it on a regular basis, you know, once a month or every couple of weeks, because you never know when your alternator, dynamo or whatever you've got on your machine is actually going to start playing up on you and losing a bit of power. So it's a good idea to keep it topped up, especially if it's the only vehicle you've got. If you haven't got a backup vehicle like a car or a van or whatever, it's always nice to keep on top of things. So first of all, we'll crack on and we'll show you what we're going to do the test with, okay? This is the multimeter, and first of all what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it down here and just check that we've got a tone that is working, okay? Now that's not the actual setting what you use to check your motorcycle or a 12 volt battery. Now what you want to do, you want to come over to this side here where that mark is. You've got the straight line and the dotted line underneath it, and if you're testing a 12 volt battery you want to go the next step up, okay? So as you can see, we've got the 2 and then we've got the 20. So what you do, you set it onto the 20 there, and that's your settings, what you use to use on the multimeter, okay? Right guys, so this is the multimeter, and these are your probes, what you put on the positive and negative, which is the black one is the earth and the red one is the live. Okay, so that's the multimeter, and when you turn it on to your 20 volt, you've actually got a backlight on this particular meter, you know, just in case it's reflecting off the light or anything. So you've got your backlight, and once you've actually got your reading, if you push this button here, hold, it actually holds the last reading in place. Now I actually picked this up reasonable on Amazon, just over a tenner or thereabouts, and it's a great little job. It serves a purpose and it's spot on. So right, first of all what we're going to do, we're going to shift little John Joe, and now I'm going to take off the seat. Now, as you can see underneath my seat, I've got an awful lot of wires and bits and pieces. Now I'll go through what I've got here. What's connected here, I've got a USB port, so I can use that to charge batteries or run me GoPro or different things like that. So that's the USB port for charging. And that actually comes with my Zumo my Zumo Garmin sat-nav, and because it's wired in, that's why I've got the extra wires there. And also there's wires underneath here, like little jack plugs and sockets that I can have headphones and microphone in my crash helmet to run the telephone or listen to me sat-nav. But I've had a Bluetooth on my crash helmet, so I don't use that, but the wires are there, and you know, I don't want to cut them off and blank them off because you never know when you might use them. So now the battery is situated under there, and you've got the negative there, and you've got the live, the positive underneath the little red cover, which you find that that's always covered so it don't arc out, that it causes a fire or a shortage. Right, so the test actually is fairly basic. So what we're going to do now, on the settings I showed you, I've got it on the V with a straight line, and under the straight line I've got the dotted connections there underneath, and I've actually set it onto 20. Now the reason you set it on 20, you always put it above the voltage you're testing, okay? So now I'll put that down there in a safe place, and with this I'll put that on the earth, and then this one on the live, and that is actually reading 12 volts 0.71. So that's not too bad, 12 volt 0.71. So now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start the bike and show you another test, but this time with the engine running. If the system's running right and the battery's charging, you should get a higher voltage than what I've just demonstrated. So right guys, I hope you can hear me now. Now the bike's running, so we're going to put the negative in there and the positive in there, and now I've got a reading 14.52 to 53 and 54. So it's 14 to 52, 53 and 54. It keeps jumping up and down. And that is only tick over, if you want to have a look at that there. Now it seems to have balancing out, every now and again it slows down. Okay, and I can push hold, and that is the battery actually charging, ticking over at the same time. Now when this bike's running, the lights are automatically running as well. Right, so I'll put that there and I'll just give it a rev to see does it make a difference. Yeah, it's gone up to 1463. Yeah, it's hovering about the 1461. That's what it's hovering about at, 14 volt 61. So that's not actually a bad reading, guys and girls. Now there is another way of testing it, and I'll show you now. I'll just put the seat back on. So right guys, if you've got one of these, now this is a trickle charger, what charges up your battery when it's laid up, whether it's for the winter time or a long period of time. What it does, it charges your battery and it slowly drains it. The reason I'm showing you that is because on the connection, what I've got here, that is where you plug it into, and you don't have to take off your seat, you just plug the plug into there and switch her on and away she goes, and she just keeps charging all the time. So if you look in there, the one what's insulated and pushed in would be the live, and the one what's on show there would be the negative. So I've put the tester back on again on the 20 volt. I am now putting the earth, which is a negative, and then I'm putting the live in there, and you can see that I've got a reading of 12 point, oh, see it going up and down there, 1279 to 1280. Now the reason that's higher than it was when we first started off, because the motorcycle was running and give it a little bit of a charge, but that will drop down to about the 1270, 71, 72. But that's because it's give it a little bit of a charge while it was ticking over there while I was demonstrating for you. So that's another way you can test it without taking the seat off. So if you've got one of these, it makes it a lot handier, and that way you can actually check it more of a regular base as well, because it's convenient. Okay, so make sure you always keep that covered to keep the water out of it, and sometimes if you put a little bit of WD-40 over that connections before you put that back every couple of weeks as well, or even a little bit of Vaseline for the winter time when you're using the bike, just to help keep the weather off of it. It does help. As long as your connections are good, everything down there will work perfect. Right guys, I hope this video was actually helpful and useful for you. Now if you could be so kind to subscribe to this channel, or even share it on social media to your friends and family, it would be much appreciated, because I'm actually looking for some more subscribers out there. And don't forget guys, if you do subscribe, hit the notification button and you'll know when I've got new videos coming up online as well. Okay guys, this is Dave in the Man Cave. Ride safe and keep safe. Thank you very much ladies and gents. Until next time.